and welcome back to more Kirby Star Allies. Last time we made our way through Honey Hill and Extra Claire, getting all the collectibles in those stages. And this time we're starting with Fruity Forest, where it looks like we're going to be meeting old Tree Buddy. Yeah, we kind of already knew that game, thank you. Also, I might turn the display tips on the top right off at some point, but if you exit out to the menu, you lose all of your partners and abilities. Like, you lose your current copy ability, so I'm gonna wait till this recording session is over, and then I'll turn it off. It's actually kind of nice, because again, I'm not entirely used to this setup. It's kind of... okay, that's really easy. I don't know why they could just give you the puzzle piece. That is a complaint I do have. I mean, this is World 1, but like, this is still really easy for World 1. So we had Invincible candy for a while, and part of the reason it lasted so long is because you can actually give it to the other 4 allies, like in Return to Dreamland. So, this is a pretty short level because it's essentially a boss level, but here we have a new mechanic, the Reset Platform. With the Reset Platform, it does exactly what you think it would do. It resets everything. One thing it doesn't reset is friends. So we saw Bandana, Waddle Dee, and Gooey. So we're actually gonna ditch them. Bye. And bye. The reason I'm doing this is I want to make this a bit more challenging on myself. Which sounds a little bit odd, but again, these bosses go very quickly with 4 characters. So we are actually we're only gonna go in with these 2. Yep, I sort of hesitated because I was deciding, but yeah, we're only going into this fight with 2 allies. Counting myself. Call me crazy, but again, I just think it's gonna be interesting because more of a classic Kirby scenario. We're not gonna do this every time, but early on, while we have easy boss fights, we might as well. By the way, something you want to know right now: any of the triggers or bumpers is guard. I'm holding ZR currently, but if I hold regular L, it also guards. So we have a little hammer upper move, like in Superstar. We can charge it up, like so, and even with 2 characters, this was a very short fight. So imagine how quickly that would go with more. Also, you can friend Whispy. If you friend Whispy, and you get a very short frame window, like a second or so to actually do this, but you get puzzle pieces, healing items, and star points. So we managed to remove the darkness from Whispy's heart, if a tree can have heart, but it got away. Also, plot-wise, I didn't really mention this, but Dedede is basically stealing food from the kingdom, which should sound really familiar to Kirby veterans. This is very similar to Dreamland. Clash at Castle Dedede. So, that is our next stop. By the way, if you push R, you can get a stage list listing all of the puzzle pieces and switches, so you can keep track of your collection. So my first experience playing this level was actually at Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, Washington. They had a demo, they had a giant inflatable Kirby, and they also had demos of this game and I think Tropical Freeze, which I did not actually try because quite frankly, I've already beaten Tropical Freeze. I love Tropical Freeze, I really want to LP that too, but I just need the Switch version. Also, sorry Knuckle Joe, but we're not gonna use you at the moment. We're gonna try out Knuckle Joe later, I hope. Oh wow, a single Waddle Dee, I'm so scared. Okay, 2 Waddle Dees, now we're in trouble. I love this remix of Castle Dedede in the background of the song. Like, the main melody is not the same, but there are just a couple motifs from Dedede's theme that just blend in so nicely. So again, the original compositions in this game are great. Just a lot of people wanted more of them. So now we have Bugsy. He has the friend throw move, meaning he can literally pick up a character and throw them through certain block types that are not normally breakable. Such as these steel ones. I don't know if they're actually steel, I call them steel. But he'll say get on, and then if you flick the control stick, he'll throw you in that direction. So you can bust through there, end up on the other side of the map. Again, I feel bad talking over this music, because it's actually really good. So yeah, I actually still really defend this game. Again, it's definitely not the most inventive or brilliant Kirby game, but it's actually still a lot of fun for me. So that's why I'm hoping this is a good series, and everyone's enjoying this series. This, hopefully, that is not the move I was hoping for. This hopefully positive look at the Kirby Star allies. As we're in the boss gauntlet, this is a good time to talk about that. I'll break those blocks, we get the puzzle piece. So this is kind of something unique. You have a little bit of a boss gauntlet. And I'm actually completely down for this idea, to be honest. So one cool thing you can do is if you don't want an element, if you let go of the power, it'll eventually lose its element, but you can actually pick it up again. Like, between it losing its ability or its element, and then it'll break a few seconds later, you can actually pick it up and have the normal element. The little icons mean we need 2 people to enter, and the reason we need 2 people to enter this door in particular is we have a split pathway. So we have half the team on one side and the other half on the other side to basically navigate these little labyrinths. It's a nice little simple puzzle. Pop flowers, just pass by them and they drop items. This is such a pretty scene. But we have a little bit of a conundrum here. How many allies do we go in to fight this next boss? Answer, none. Call me crazy, but I think we're just gonna have a good old-fashioned one-on-one hammer duel. This might end very badly. Full disclosure, I hope it doesn't, but it could. So, it's just me and Dedede, no allies getting in the way, no one to help us. Ow. Just very classic. That's just how I wanted this fight to go down. Very old school. No, which I've never fought him one-on-one in this game, because I like cheesing this fight with 4 allies. But I really wanted to try it. You can actually do chip damage in cutscenes. And then he gets buffed. His arm has a hitbox, I discovered, so we can actually like barely hit his arm. So now the fight is completely new from this point on. Ow. So here we're over for halfway done and he breaks the floor. When he breaks the floor, we fall into this room with a column. You want to break this part of the column as soon as possible to have full access to the arena, especially if you have multiple allies. You can also suck up the hearts and spin them back at him if you prefer to fight him without an ability. I am not that brave, to be honest. Once you get him down even further, like under a fourth, we have 2 columns. So again, he has a new move now where he does this like spinning attack. We can also spin into him ourselves if we do a dash attack. Oh, this is actually going better than I thought it would, to be honest. And there we have it. So, remember Whispy? Well... I'm just gonna be spamming X. And we have Dedede as a friend. Okay, so I have to be real. No game will ever beat Kid Icarus Uprising in terms of a fake-out ending. That game is so brilliant, and more people need to play it. I hope they port it to Switch. But yeah, the game's not actually over. And now we can actually have Dedede as our friend via the Dream Palace at any time. So if you didn't actually know about being able to capture, that's the wrong game, friend Dedede in the actual boss fight, you can actually just go to the Dream Palace. And once you beat that world, we got Wave 2 available to us to summon at any time. Outline and Ribbon from Kirby 64, Dark Meta Knight from Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, and Deroche from Kirby Squeak Squad. I'm all for Squeak Squad references. I'm all for any of these three references, to be honest. I mean, if we're being real here. So if we push this button, we have access to an overview. So our next world is Planet Popstar. World of Miracles, and we have descriptions. A disaster of catastrophic proportions has occurred in this peaceful land. King Dedede has stolen all of the food for himself. The nerve of that guy! Now Kirby must set out on a grand adventure with a new group of friends. Chase the dark hearts across the world of miracles. Hold up to wield mighty friend abilities as Kirby and pals continue their journey of companionship across the vast seas and rolling hills. One of my favorite things is all the little... Again, call me a little bit shallow, but the fan service in this game is actually really good because this whole world, being able to see Popstar like this, gives me Kirby's Dreamland 3 vibes, and I'm all for that. Another cool thing is this world is actually interconnected, so you can actually go back to Dreamland via the world map. You don't necessarily need to actually go through the menu. You can actually just warp between worlds as is. Like, just jump on the warp star and you're good to go. It's very seamless. Now, we're not actually going to start the world. We're going to end things here for now. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Kirby Star Allies.